Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. The final production of the 2015 Encores season is the John Kander, Fred Ebb, and Joseph Stein musical Zorba, which will run from May 6th through the 10th under the direction of Walter Bobbie. And we dropped by the rehearsal studio to bring you a sneak peek and to meet the company led by John Turturro, Zoe Wanamaker, Marin Mazzie, Santino Fontana, and Elizabeth Davis. Enjoy.
I remember one morning when I saw a cocoon in the bark of a tree. I remember I marveled that imprisoned inside was a butterfly waiting to be free.
How excited are you to be doing Zorba?
I'm very excited. I've always loved this material. I remember seeing the film and thinking it was an astonishing story, number one, but a gorgeous film, a gorgeous black and white film with remarkable performance, but such depth, such heart, such soul, such great issues of what it's like to be alive in the world and to survive in the world and to persist under adversity and to create a life. It's a very it's a show with a suicide, a death, and a murder, and yet it's completely life-affirming. It's an astonishing story. And then I actually saw the original musical. I came in from college and I saw it, and I was just, Lorraine Sarabian crawled out onto the stage, and I thought, oh my God, this is astonishing. And that first lyric came at me. Life is what you do while you're waiting to die. And I thought, well, we won't be seeing The Sound of Music this afternoon, will we? And it's a grown-up show.
This is one of those musicals that I fell in love with about 10 years ago. I was doing a benefit. Of course, we all do 5,000 benefits, and a friend wanted to do Life Is. And I said, what's that? And I read the script and listened to the score, and I instantly fell in love with this story, this dark, beautiful story of survival and the human spirit in the worst times. I thought, wow, what an amazing theatrical show. Wouldn't that be great to do someday? And cut to today, I'm in rehearsals for Zorba. I can't believe I get a chance to do this, and it's a musical that people haven't seen. And I just think that what an exciting opportunity for Walter and I to sort of give them something that will surprise them. Yeah. And with writers that gave us something so beautifully theatrical. You don't get a chance to do theatricality like this very often.
I never saw the show. I didn't really know it that well. And we just kind of said, you know what, let's do that show. And since we made that decision, I have grown to really fall in love with this show and this material and this score. I think it's actually quite remarkable, and I think will be a major discovery for people who either have never seen it or maybe haven't seen it in quite some time.
What I also love about this show is from an orchestra standpoint is some of the instruments you'll be using, these authentic Greek instruments. Talk about those.
Yeah, we have two bouzouki players who also play the oud, which are actually beautiful sounding instruments, but beautiful looking. I mean, these guys came in with these gorgeous instruments. And
Are they wood?
Yeah. Believe so. And then there is also we have mandolins and another guitar and percussionist playing a doumbek, which is ethnic drum, accordion. Yeah. So Don Walker, the original orchestrator, really went all the way to make it sound as authentically Greek as a Broadway musical could.
I know it's only like the third day. How does it feel?
I am so thrilled to be here. I'm so honored to be a part of specifically this show. It's so guttural and raw and real, and the music. We have a bouzouki player. It's really special. The Kander and Ebb score for this show is really special. So I'm honored to be in the room with such an incredible cast, and Yeah, it's fast and furious, and I'm on the bandwagon and ready to go. Yeah.
It's great sometimes just to take the ride, make the choices, work with your director, and just go, right?
That's right. I agree with you. Sometimes you can belabor choices, and it's really exhilarating to just make a choice and go with it and see what can really happen in such a short amount of time. It's really exhilarating and rewarding. Yeah.
I'm laughing because I'm so frightened, and I'm having a great deal of fun. And it's like instant coffee, really fast. So my heart is pounding every day.
Everybody was saying this is like glamorous summer stock when you put up a show in like 5 days. You just make your choices, work with your director, and say, we're putting on a show.
That's exactly it. It's like a Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney movie. It's just and it's great fun. I don't know whether it'll look like it's great fun, but it's wonderful. It's a great piece as well because it's got a great narrative, and great parts for women, which is good. And they feature an awful lot, and they manipulate the story, which is unusual, instead of the men.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's very good. It's very, very important. I mean, Candor and Ebb were at the most wonderful, those wonderful shows where women were really important.
So what's it been like for you so far, living in the Encores world?
It's great. I like it. I think it's really, really fun. I think it's exciting. It's terrifying. It's also liberating that we're not trying to fix anything. Zorba hasn't been done in a long time. The score is fantastic. The story is great. And it's something that I think we're going to be honoring and presenting and not trying to update it or fix it. We're just doing it.
Yeah.
And that's liberating. Because normally, you're like, oh, wait, I may have to live with this for a year. We have to make sure and that's not this.
Yeah.
I love that.
Just go out there and do it.
Do it and move on to the next thing. Yeah, I think it's great.
Great role written by, of course, Joseph Stein, and of course, a score by Candor and Ebb. Talk about the guy you're going to play.
He's a guy who's been stuck and knows he needs a change and leaves everything he knows and doesn't know what he's going to do. And in walks a man who changes his life.
You've done shows here at Encores. Does it make it easier when you've already done it?
Well, it does but I haven't done one for quite a while, so I had to go. Okay, what was the mentality? How did I do that? And I actually hearkened way back to my summer stock days and went, yeah, you used to put up shows in 4 or 5 days, summer stock, so you can do this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did Kismet here.
Yes, Kismet and Out of This World. But Out of This World was early on, so that's when we were still using the books and the microphones. And then Kismet, and now it's sort of
No books.
No books. It's a fully staged musicale.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great role. Talk about the role you're going to play and living in the world of Candor and Ebb.
Well, I love living in the world of Candor and Ebb. I will live in the world of Candor and Ebb anytime I can. I've loved them since I told you the other day. Since I was a child, I've just been obsessed with them. And so I just love this. And I actually really didn't know this show that well. I had sung a little bit of Life Is and the Ring the Bells concert we did a couple years ago for Lincoln Center. But it's such a fantastic role. And, she's not in the movie. She's not in the book. So I called up Candor the other day and I just said, so where did she come from? And he said it was Hal's. She was Hal's idea. Hal Prince, and based truly on the Greek chorus. She's a one-woman Greek chorus, and the leader was the leader in the Greek chorus. So she really isn't in the piece. She's sort of not otherworldly, but she leads people to what they need to be doing. She knows what's going to happen. She just has this other view of life than what the people in the play have.
I'm thrilled to be here. I'm really happy that Walter asked me. Obviously it's kind of daunting, but so far so good, and really enjoy working with Rob Berman and Josh, the choreographer, and so it's a lot of work, but it's, I have to say, we did the read-through the other day, and it was quite thrilling, and just to sit next to Marin Mazzie and Santino Fontana, and to hear them both sing, I was like, wow. it's different when in the audience, but when you're sitting next to someone at a table, I have a lot of admiration and respect for all the dancers and singers and musicians, and you know, uh, it's just nice to be in the same area with them, the vicinity.
The same vicinity, the same area.
Yeah.
This is such a great role. When Walter gave you the script and you started reading Zorba, it's such a beautifully written role. What attracted you to want to play him?
Well, Walter had seen me do the Cherry Orchard. I played Lopakin, and he thought I was right for it. And so I said, well, let me listen to the music and see how hard it is. And I said, I really would need to sing for you so you would feel comfortable, and I would want to feel comfortable. And then I did, and he seemed to be, happy with that. And, it's obviously the movie, is the book, Anthony Quinn. I work with Anthony Quinn. I played his son. I saw him do this on stage. But it's a very rich book, and it's a very rich role. And it's actually easy to just go into the world of it, because it's about universal themes, and there are things in it that I relate to within my own family and uncles and father and stuff, and there were Italian versions of that, but there's the understanding of what life is and the appreciation of it, and with the darkness in it, and also what's beautiful about it. And it's very hard to appreciate life moment to moment for all of us, because we all have our heads stuck in the sand. And I think there's something very life affirming about it without it being sentimental at all.
Once I discovered that his delicate wings were all crumpled and torn. When he still wasn't ready, I had made him be born. I was stronger than nature, and I made him reborn. But the wonder of life has a definite plan. So he died in my hand. By the will, not of God, but of man. Every man has a moment